Welcome to English Talking Practice. This is Lily speaking, and joining me today is David. David, I've always been curious. If someone asked you to describe your country in 3 words, what would you say?
Hey everyone, great to be here with all of you today. 3 words, that's tough. I'd probably say diverse, innovative, and vast. What about you, Lily?
I love those choices. For me, I'd say vibrant, historical, and welcoming. It's amazing how different perspectives can be.
Exactly, and that's precisely what makes today's topic so fascinating and useful.
That's right. Today we're talking about how to describe your country in English, something that comes up constantly in conversations.
Whether you're traveling abroad, meeting international friends online, studying overseas, or even just making small talk, people love asking about where you're from.
And here's the thing, many English learners know basic facts about their country, but struggle to describe it in an engaging, natural way.
Maybe you can say, I'm from Japan, but then freeze when someone asks, what's it like there? Or tell me about your country.
Or perhaps you want to share what makes your country special, but you don't have the vocabulary to paint that picture in English.
That's exactly what we're fixing today. By the end of this episode, you'll feel confident talking about your country.
So what's our plan? First, we'll teach you essential vocabulary for describing countries, words like culture, landscape, climate, and population.
Then we'll show you how to answer common questions like where are you from and what's your country famous for.
We'll practice describing geography and climate, discussing culture and traditions, talking about food and famous landmarks, and sharing what you love about your homeland.
Plus, we'll include natural phrases and expressions that make your descriptions vivid and interesting.
This knowledge helps with meeting new people while traveling, international work or school settings, cultural exchange programs, online conversations with global friends, and representing your country proudly.
When someone says, tell me about your country, you'll have engaging stories and descriptions ready to share.
Before we start exploring different countries through English, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell.
And if you're proud of where you're from and want to help others learn to express that pride in English, share this episode with them.
Excellent. Now let's begin our journey learning how to talk about your country in English. Okay, David, let's start with the basics. How do conversations about countries typically begin in English?
Great starting point. The most common question is, where are you from? It's probably one of the first questions people ask when meeting someone new.
Exactly. And you can answer simply, I'm from Brazil, or I come from South Korea, or I'm Brazilian, using the nationality.
Right, but often people want to know more, so they'll ask follow-up questions like, what's it like there? Or have you always lived there?
Or they might ask, what part of your country are you from, since big countries have regional differences.
And people often ask, what's your country famous for? Or what should I know about your country?
Let's practice a mini dialogue. Hey, David, I don't think I've asked you before. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Canada, from a city called Vancouver on the West Coast. It's right by the ocean and surrounded by mountains. How about you, Lily?
I'm from Mexico. I grew up in Guadalajara, which is the second largest city. It's in the western part of the country, known for mariachi music and tequila.
Oh, I've heard wonderful things about Guadalajara. What's the weather like there?
It's pretty mild most of the year, warm and sunny. We have a rainy season in summer, but overall it's very pleasant. Vancouver must be quite different, right?
Very. Vancouver is much cooler and rainier, especially in winter. But the nature is incredible. Forests, mountains, ocean, all together. It's beautiful, but wet.
See how natural that flowed? We mentioned specific cities, geographical features, and climate, all details that make the description interesting.
Right. We didn't just say, I'm from Canada and stop. We added location within the country, notable features, and comparisons.
You can also mention what your city or region is known for. My city is famous for, or we're known for.
And when someone tells you where they're from, show interest. Like, oh, I've heard great things about that place, or I'd love to visit someday, or what's it like living there?
If you haven't lived there your whole life, you can say, I'm originally from, but I live in now, or I grew up in, but moved to.
These conversation starters open the door to deeper discussions about your country. Now let's build essential vocabulary.
All right, David, let's go through the must-know vocabulary for describing countries.
Perfect. Let's start with basic terms. Country is obvious, but you should also know nation, which means the same thing but sounds more formal.
Nationality is what you are, your identity based on your country. My nationality is Mexican, or what's your nationality?
Citizen is an official member of a country. I'm a Canadian citizen, or she became a citizen last year.
Capital is the main city where the government is located. The capital of France is Paris, or our capital city is Ottawa.
Population is how many people live somewhere. China has the largest population in the world, or our country has a population of about 10 million.
Diverse or diversity describes variety in cultures, languages, or people. My country is very diverse. We have people from all over the world.
Multicultural is similar. It means having many different cultures. Canada is a multicultural society.
Now let's talk about geography. Landscape means the physical features of an area: mountains, plains, forests, deserts.
Terrain is similar, the type of land. The terrain is mostly mountainous, or we have flat terrain with lots of farmland.
Specific geographical features are mountains, valleys, plains, hills, deserts, forests, jungles, coastline, beaches, islands.
Border is the line between countries. Mexico borders the United States, or we share a border with 3 countries.
Landlocked means having no coastline, completely surrounded by land. Switzerland is a landlocked country.
For climate, you need to know tropical, hot and humid, temperate, moderate, arid, dry, humid, moist air, mild, not extreme.
Seasons are spring, summer, fall or autumn, and winter. We have 4 distinct seasons, or it's summer year-round.
Weather is daily conditions, while climate is the general pattern. The climate is Mediterranean, or our weather is unpredictable.
For culture, you need to know tradition, customs passed down through generations. We have strong family traditions.
Custom is a traditional practice. It's our custom to take off shoes indoors.
Heritage means cultural traditions and history. We're proud of our cultural heritage.
Cuisine means the style of cooking. Italian cuisine is famous worldwide, or our cuisine uses lots of spices.
Landmark is a famous or recognizable place. The Eiffel Tower is an iconic landmark.
Monument is a structure built to remember someone or something. We have many historical monuments.
Architecture is the style of buildings. The architecture is a mix of old and modern.
Economy is the financial system. Our economy is based on tourism, or we have a strong economy.
Industry is business and manufacturing. The main industries are technology and agriculture.
Language and dialect. Language is the main communication system. Dialect is a regional variation.
Official language is the legally recognized one. The official language is Spanish, but many people speak indigenous languages too.
Located describes position. My country is located in Southeast Asia, or we're located between France and Germany.
Known for or famous for describes what something is recognized for. Thailand is known for its temples and beaches.
Rich in means having a lot of something. Our country is rich in natural resources, or we're rich in cultural history.
Perfect. These words form the foundation. Now let's learn how to describe your country's geography and climate. All right, David, let's practice describing geography and climate. These are usually the first physical features people want to know about.
Exactly. Geography and climate really shape a country's character and lifestyle.
When describing location, start broad and get specific. My country is located in South America, or we're in Eastern Europe.
You can describe size. It's a small island nation, or it's one of the largest countries in the world, or it's about the size of California.
For landscape variety, you can say we have diverse landscapes from beaches to mountains, or the landscape is mostly flat with farmland.
Let's do a mini dialogue. Lily, can you describe Mexico's geography for someone who's never been there?
Sure. Mexico is located in North America between the United States and Central America. It's bordered by the Pacific Ocean on the west and the Gulf of Mexico on the east, so we have extensive coastlines with beautiful beaches. The geography is incredibly diverse. We have mountains, including several volcanoes, tropical jungles in the south, deserts in the north, and fertile valleys in the central regions. The country is quite large, actually. It's about 3 times the size of Texas.
That's a great description. What about the climate?
The climate varies by region because of the different altitudes and latitudes. Coastal areas are hot and tropical, especially in summer. It can get very humid. The Central Highlands, where Mexico City and Guadalajara are located, have a more temperate climate, mild and pleasant year-round. Northern areas near the desert can be extremely hot and dry. Overall, we don't really have winter like cold countries do. Our winter is just less hot. Most of the country has a rainy season from June to September.
Excellent. You covered location, size, landscape types, climate zones, and seasonal patterns. Now let me describe Canada.
Please do.
Canada is located in the northern part of North America, above the United States. It's the second largest country in the world by total area, but most of it is sparsely populated because of the harsh climate. We have incredibly diverse geography. The Rocky Mountains in the west, vast prairies in the central regions, the Great Lakes along the southern border, dense forests across much of the country, and Arctic tundra in the far north. We also have the longest coastline in the world, touching 3 different oceans.
Wow, and the climate must vary tremendously across such a huge area.
Definitely. The climate is generally cold, especially in winter. Most of Canada experiences 4 distinct seasons: cold, snowy winters and warm summers. Winter temperatures can drop to minus 30 or 40 degrees Celsius in some areas. The coastal regions are milder. Vancouver, where I'm from, rarely sees snow because of ocean influence, but central and eastern Canada get heavy snowfall. Northern Canada is extremely cold year-round, with permafrost and very short summers. The west coast is rainy, while the prairies are drier. It's quite extreme compared to many countries.
See how we painted a clear picture? We used specific vocabulary like tundra, prairies, highlands, altitudes, permafrost.
Right. We also gave comparisons and examples to help listeners visualize: 3 times the size of Texas, minus 30 degrees, longest coastline.
You can describe climate with phrases like year-round sunshine, 4 distinct seasons, mild winters, hot and humid summers, rainy season.
For geography, use mountainous regions, coastal areas, inland territories, river valleys, fertile plains, volcanic islands.
You can also mention natural resources like rich in oil, abundant water resources, mineral deposits, fertile soil for agriculture.
These descriptions help people understand the physical environment of your country. Now let's talk about culture and traditions.
All right, David, now let's discuss culture and traditions. This is where countries really show their unique character.
Absolutely. Culture is what makes each country special and different. It's about values, customs, and way of life.
When describing culture, you can start with general characteristics, like people are very friendly and welcoming, or we have a strong sense of community.
You can mention important values. Family is extremely important in our culture, or we value punctuality and efficiency.
Let's practice. David, what can you tell me about Canadian culture?
Well, Canadian culture is known for being polite, multicultural, and inclusive. We're famous for apologizing a lot, even when it's not our fault. Canadians tend to be friendly, modest, and respectful of diversity. Because we have people from all over the world, our culture is really a blend of many different influences. We celebrate multiculturalism and take pride in it.
That's interesting. What about traditions or customs?
Some uniquely Canadian things include ice hockey. It's almost like a religion. We also love outdoor activities like hiking, skiing, and camping because of our natural environment. We celebrate Canada Day on July 1st with fireworks and festivals. Oh, and we have indigenous cultures that are increasingly recognized and celebrated. First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples with rich traditions. As for customs, we tend to be informal in social settings. We value personal space, and we're big on saying please and thank you.
Wonderful. Now let me tell you about Mexican culture.
Please do.
Mexican culture is vibrant, colorful, and deeply rooted in both indigenous and Spanish heritage. Family is absolutely central to our culture. We have very strong family bonds and often have large family gatherings. We're known for being warm, hospitable, and expressive. Music and dance are huge parts of our culture. Mariachi, ranchera, salsa. We love to celebrate, and we have many festivals throughout the year.
What are some important traditions?
One of our most famous traditions is Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, in early November. It's when we honor deceased loved ones with altars, marigolds, and their favorite foods. It's not sad, it's actually a beautiful celebration of life and death. We also have posadas during Christmas, quinceañeras for girls turning 15, and many religious celebrations, since most people are Catholic. As for daily customs, we greet with hugs or kisses on the cheek, even with people we just met. We tend to be less rigid about time, we call it Mexican time, and we're big on valuing personal relationships over strict schedules. See how we brought culture to life? We mentioned specific traditions, values, and customs that define each country.
Right. We used phrases like deeply rooted in, central to our culture, known for being, we value, we tend to be.
You can describe cultural characteristics like formal, casual, reserved, expressive, traditional, modern, individualistic, or collectivist.
Quick reminder, if you're enjoying learning how to describe your country, drop a comment below. Tell us where you're from and one unique thing about your culture.
Yes, we'd love to learn about your countries too, and practicing writing about it in English is excellent for your skills.
For traditions, you can say, we have a tradition of, or it's customary to, or a unique tradition is, or we celebrate by.
You can also mention attitudes, like people are generally, or there's a strong emphasis on, or we tend to prioritize.
Perfect. Now let's talk about food, everyone's favorite topic when discussing countries.
All right, David, let's talk about food. This is always one of the most exciting parts of describing a country.
Absolutely. Cuisine says so much about a country's culture, history, and geography.
When discussing food, start with the general style, like our cuisine is spicy, or we use lots of fresh seafood, or the food is hearty and filling.
You can mention main ingredients. Rice is a staple in our diet, or we use lots of olive oil and garlic, or potatoes and meat are common.
Let's practice. David, tell me about Canadian food.
Honestly, Canadian cuisine is influenced by many cultures because of immigration, but we do have some iconic dishes. Poutine is probably the most famous. It's French fries topped with gravy and cheese curds. It sounds strange, but it's delicious. We also love maple syrup. We put it on pancakes, in coffee, even in savory dishes. Montreal-style bagels and smoked meat are famous. And because we have access to great seafood on both coasts, salmon and lobster are popular. Oh, and Nanaimo bars, a sweet dessert bar with chocolate and custard.
That all sounds delicious. What about meal customs?
Canadians tend to eat 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dinner is usually the main meal, eaten around 6 or 7 p.m. We're pretty informal about dining. Eating with your hands is fine for things like burgers. Tipping at restaurants is customary, usually 15 to 20%. We love coffee culture too. Tim Hortons is like a national institution.
Great. Now let me tell you about Mexican food.
I'm getting hungry already.
Mexican cuisine is incredibly diverse and flavorful. It's based on indigenous ingredients like corn, beans, chilies, tomatoes, and avocados, combined with Spanish influences. Tacos are probably what most people think of, but there's so much more. We have mole, a complex sauce with chocolate and chilies, tamales wrapped in corn husks, pozole soup, enchiladas, quesadillas. Each region has its own specialties. The food can be spicy, but it's not always. It depends on the dish and region.
What are typical eating customs?
We usually have a light breakfast, then a large lunch around 2 to 3 p.m. This is often the main meal of the day. Dinner is lighter and later, maybe around 8 or 9 p.m. Family meals are important. We often eat together and take our time. Street food is huge in Mexico. Tacos, elotes, corn on the cob, fresh fruit with chili powder. We also love fresh juices and aguas frescas. And of course, tequila and mezcal are our famous spirits, but we also drink a lot of beer, horchata, and Mexican hot chocolate. See how we made food come alive? We named specific dishes, described flavors and ingredients, and mentioned eating customs.
Right. We used phrases like based on, influenced by, famous for, typically eaten, common ingredients.
You can describe taste like sweet, spicy, savory, sour, bitter, rich, light, flavorful, bland, aromatic.
For cooking methods, you can say grilled, fried, steamed, baked, boiled, roasted, stewed.
You can say a must-try dish is, or you have to taste, or the most popular food is, or traditional dishes include.
If someone asks for recommendations, say, I highly recommend trying, or don't leave without tasting, or you'll love.
Perfect. Now let's talk about famous landmarks and things your country is known for. All right, David, let's discuss landmarks and what countries are famous for. This is what often attracts tourists and makes countries recognizable.
Yes, every country has something that makes it stand out, whether it's monuments, natural wonders, or cultural exports.
When someone asks, what's your country famous for? You can list several things. We're famous for, and also known for.
Let's practice. Lily, what is Mexico famous for?
Oh, so many things. First, ancient civilizations. We have incredible Mayan and Aztec ruins like Chichen Itza and Teotihuacan. These are UNESCO World Heritage Sites and attract millions of visitors. We're also famous for beautiful beaches and resorts like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. The natural wonders include cenotes, natural swimming holes, and the Copper Canyon, which is actually larger than the Grand Canyon.
That's impressive. What else?
Culturally, we're known for mariachi music, Day of the Dead celebrations, and colorful art, especially artists like Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Mexican food is recognized by UNESCO as cultural heritage. We're also famous for tequila and mezcal, handcrafted items like pottery and textiles, and our vibrant festivals. Oh, and lucha libre, Mexican wrestling with colorful masks.
Such a rich list. Now, let me tell you what Canada is known for.
Please do.
Canada is famous for its stunning natural beauty. We have incredible national parks like Banff and Jasper with turquoise lakes and mountain scenery. Niagara Falls is one of the most famous waterfalls in the world, though we share it with the U.S. The Northern Lights are visible in our northern regions. We're also known for wildlife: bears, moose, beavers, and whales.
What about cities and culture?
Cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal are cosmopolitan and diverse. Toronto has the CN Tower, Vancouver has beautiful coastal scenery, and Montreal is known for European charm and French culture. We're famous for ice hockey. It's our national sport. We're also known for being polite and multicultural. Canadian contributions include insulin, basketball, the telephone, and many famous actors, musicians, and comedians. Oh, and we're known for cold weather and lots of snow, though that's not true everywhere.
See how we organized that? We covered historical sites, natural attractions, cultural elements, famous people, and stereotypes.
Right. We used phrases like known for, famous for, recognized as, one of the most, and we have incredible.
You can categorize. In terms of nature, culturally speaking, historically, modern attractions include.
If describing a specific landmark, give details, like the Eiffel Tower is a 19th century iron structure and one of the most visited monuments in the world.
You can also mention achievements. We won the World Cup in, or our country invented, or we're leaders in.
And don't forget to mention challenges or misconceptions, like many people think, but actually.
If this episode has been helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with international friends who want to describe their countries better in English.
Yes, the more we share knowledge across cultures, the better we understand each other.
Perfect. Now let's put everything together in one complete conversation. Hey, David, I was thinking we've met so many international people lately. If I asked you to give someone a complete picture of Canada in just a few minutes, what would you say?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me think. Okay, here goes. Canada is the second largest country in the world, located in North America above the United States. Despite its size, we only have about 40 million people, mostly concentrated near the southern border because the northern regions are too cold and remote.
So, geography and climate really shape where people live?
Exactly. The geography is incredibly diverse. We have the Rocky Mountains in the west, vast prairies in the center, forests everywhere, and Arctic tundra in the north. We have the longest coastline in the world touching 3 oceans. The climate is generally cold with 4 distinct seasons. Winters can be brutal with heavy snow, but summers are warm and beautiful. Vancouver, where I'm from, is an exception. It's milder and rainier because of the ocean.
What about culture? What defines being Canadian?
Canadian culture is really built on diversity and multiculturalism. We're a nation of immigrants, so we have people from every corner of the world. We celebrate this diversity, and it's reflected in our cities, which have neighborhoods representing different cultures. We're known for being polite, apologetic, and friendly, though that's partly a stereotype. It has some truth. We value equality, politeness, and respect for differences.
What are some traditions or things Canadians love to do?
Ice hockey is huge. Almost every kid grows up playing or watching it. We love outdoor activities like hiking, skiing, camping, and canoeing because we have so much beautiful nature. We celebrate Canada Day on July 1st with fireworks and festivals. We're also increasingly recognizing and celebrating indigenous cultures and their traditions, which is important. Food-wise, we love poutine, maple syrup, Tim Hortons coffee, and we have great multicultural food because of our diverse population.
What would you say Canada is most famous for internationally?
Probably the natural beauty, places like Banff, Niagara Falls, and the Northern Lights. We're known for being cold and snowy, for ice hockey, for being polite and welcoming. Famous Canadians like Celine Dion, Drake, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Trudeau have put us on the map. We're also known for multiculturalism, having 2 official languages, English and French, and for our healthcare system and quality of life.
That's such a comprehensive overview. Now let me tell you about Mexico in the same way.
I'd love to hear it.
So, Mexico is located in North America, between the United States and Central America. We have about 130 million people, making us the most populous Spanish-speaking country in the world. The geography is incredibly diverse. We have extensive coastlines on both the Pacific Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico, with beautiful beaches that attract tourists. We have mountains, including volcanoes, tropical jungles in the south, deserts in the north, and temperate highlands in the center, where most major cities are located.
And the climate must vary a lot across those different regions.
Definitely. Coastal areas are hot, humid, and tropical. The Central Highlands have mild, pleasant weather year-round. That's why ancient civilizations settled there. Northern deserts are hot and dry. We have a rainy season from June to September, but overall the climate is warm. We don't really experience winter the way cold countries do. Our coldest months are just less hot.
What about Mexican culture? What makes it unique?
Mexican culture is a beautiful blend of indigenous heritage and Spanish colonial influence. Family is absolutely central. We have very close family bonds, and multi-generational households are common. We're known for being warm, hospitable, and expressive. Music and dance are essential. Mariachi, salsa, norteño. We love to celebrate and have colorful festivals throughout the year. Religion, particularly Catholicism, influences many of our traditions and holidays.
Tell me about some traditions.
The most famous is probably Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, in early November. We honor deceased loved ones with ofrendas, or altars, marigold flowers, sugar skulls, and their favorite foods.
It's not mournful, it's a joyful celebration of life and death. We also have quinceañeras, elaborate coming-of-age parties for girls turning 15. Christmas is huge with posadas, nativity scenes, and tamales. We greet with hugs and kisses on the cheek, even with new acquaintances, and we're generally more relaxed about punctuality. Relationships matter more than strict schedules.
What's Mexico famous for?
Let me guess. Food, beaches, ancient ruins?
Exactly! Mexican cuisine is UNESCO-recognized cultural heritage. Tacos, mole, tamales, pozole, and so much more. We're famous for tequila and mezcal. Our beaches and coastal resorts like Cancun, Tulum, and Cabo are world-renowned. Ancient civilizations left incredible ruins. Chichen Itza, Teotihuacan, Monte Alban. We're known for colorful art, especially Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera, mariachi music, lucha libre wrestling, handcrafted textiles and pottery, and our vibrant culture and festivals all make Mexico distinctive.
And what would you say about the Mexican people?
Mexicans are generally very proud of their heritage and culture. We're warm, friendly, and love to share our traditions with others. There's a strong sense of community and family loyalty. We're resilient people with a complex history, and we maintain our cultural identity strongly, even as the country modernizes. We're passionate about our food, music, and celebrations.
See, everyone? Those were two complete, engaging descriptions of countries.
We covered geography, climate, culture, traditions, food, landmarks, and giving complete descriptions.
We used specific examples and details rather than just general statements.
And we spoke with pride and enthusiasm about our countries, which makes the descriptions more engaging.
Now let's do our recap and pronunciation practice.
All right, everyone, let's recap everything we learned about describing countries today.
We covered starting conversations, essential vocabulary, geography and climate, culture and traditions, food, landmarks, and giving complete descriptions.
Let's review keywords. Say them with me. Country, nationality, capital, population, diverse, landscape, climate, tradition, culture, heritage, cuisine, landmark, famous, located.
Perfect. Now pronunciation practice. First word, nationality.
Nationality.
Geography.
Geography.
Landscape.
Landscape.
Climate.
Climate.
Multicultural.
Multicultural.
Tradition.
Tradition.
Heritage.
Heritage.
Cuisine.
Cuisine.
Landmark.
Landmark.
Monument.
Monument.
Excellent. Now common phrases. Repeat after me. I'm from Mexico.
I'm from Mexico.
My country is located in South America.
My country is located in South America.
We're famous for our beaches.
We're famous for our beaches.
The climate is tropical.
The climate is tropical.
We have diverse landscapes.
We have diverse landscapes.
Family is important in our culture.
Family is important in our culture.
You should try our traditional food.
You should try our traditional food.
We're known for being friendly.
We're known for being friendly. Perfect. Now question-answer pairs.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil in South America. What's your country famous for?
We're famous for natural beauty and multiculturalism. What's the weather like there?
It's warm and tropical most of the year. What should I try if I visit?
You have to try the local street food and visit the historical landmarks.
Excellent. Using all these descriptions together helps you represent your country proudly and clearly.
Remember, when describing your country, speak with enthusiasm and pride. It makes your descriptions come alive. Now let's wrap up with our question of the day.
Well, David, today's topic was really special. I love learning about different countries through our listeners' perspectives.
Me too. Every country has something unique to offer, and being able to describe yours in English helps build bridges between cultures.
When you can articulate what makes your country special, you become an ambassador for your culture.
And learning how to describe other countries shows respect and interest in the world beyond our borders.
Thank you all for joining us today and learning how to talk about your country with confidence and pride.
We hope you feel ready to share your country's story with anyone who asks.
Here's your challenge. Practice describing your country using the structure we learned today: location, geography, climate, culture, food, and landmarks.
Try recording yourself or writing it down. The more you practice, the more natural it will become.
Now for our question of the day.
We are so excited to hear from you. Comment below.
Question of the day. Where are you from? And what's one thing about your country that you're most proud of? It could be a tradition, a place, food, or anything else.
Use the vocabulary we learned today. For example, I'm from Thailand and I'm most proud of our temples and Buddhist culture. Or I'm from Nigeria and I'm proud of our diverse languages and vibrant music scene.
Be specific and descriptive. This is your chance to share your country's beauty with the world.
We genuinely can't wait to read about all your different countries and cultures in the comments.
Every country has something amazing to offer. Let's celebrate that diversity together.
Whether your country is big or small, famous or lesser known, it's special because it's yours.
All right, that's our episode for today. I'm Lily.
And I'm David.
Thank you for joining us on English Talking Practice.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We release new episodes every week to help you master English conversation.
And don't forget, comment below with your country and what makes it special. We respond to comments and love learning from you.
Keep practicing, keep sharing your culture, and keep building connections across borders.
Until next time, be proud of where you're from.
See you in the next episode. Safe travels, everyone.